Hey, welcome back Valley Middle for another math lesson. Today we're going to be talking about the associative property. All right, let's start with something fun. What fast food menu are these items from? What fast food menu are these items from? And we'll be back to check that out at the end. All right, today's tasty Targetto. I can use the associative property to rewrite expressions. Yesterday's lesson was using the distributive property to rewrite expressions. Today, associative property. All right, let's start off with an explanation here. If you're looking for trouble, we can help you find it. This is Dudley and Associates. We can pair up and help you find some trouble, or these guys can pair up, but all of us will be there together, and it doesn't really matter. We're all associates, all working together. That's what I try to think of when I think of the associate power. Think of associates, people working together. So, when we look at the definition then of the associate property, if you take a look at the example here, it says 2 times 3 times 4 is the same as 2 times 3 times 4? Well, all I did was move the parentheses around. And that's all the associative property is. Just like back here. Like I said, I can work with these guys, the two of us can work together, the two of these guys can work together. As long as we're all around there working, the work's going to get done. We're associates. So, take a look at this example here. I'll solve this one for you. It works for multiplication and addition. You got 3 plus 4 plus 5. So I solved the first one. 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 5 equals 12. Right down below that, I just moved the parentheses. Notice the numbers are in exactly the same order. No numbers are moving. The order has not changed. Only the location of the parentheses. When working with multiplication and division, you can do that. That's what the associative property is. So I move the parentheses here and here. Now I solve it. I've got 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 9. Equals 12. You notice our answers are exactly the same, 12 and 12. Works the same way for multiplication. Here I've got the parentheses on the 3 times 4. So I end up with 12 times 5, which is 60. I can move the parentheses over here to 4 times 5, and I end up with 3 times 20. I still get an answer of 60. That's rewriting an expression using the associative property. So maybe you say to yourself, why would I want to do that? Well, let's take a look at this example here. How many of you know what 25 times 12 is? Raise your hand. Bueller? Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? I didn't think so. I don't. Frankly, I don't care. But by using the associative property, I can rewrite this expression. I bet a lot of you know what 4 times 25 is. 100. What's 100 times 12? 1200. And now all of a sudden, by using the associative property and rewriting the expression, we can solve that without a calculator. Otherwise, we would have had to type in 25 times 12 or do it longhand and multiply that times 4. So it worked out slick. All right, here we go. Next one. Rewrite this expression. Why don't you try this one on your own? See if you can rewrite it using the associative property. Hey, I'm back. Did you keep the numbers in the same order? Did you just move the parentheses? If you did, it should look like this. Numbers are still 725, 725. All I did was move this around. Here, I would have done 7 times 20, which I can do. That's 140, but I don't know what 140 times 5 is. I'd have to really think about that. But here, 20 times 5 I know is 100 times 7. Moving those parentheses around makes it easier to solve the problems too. So today we're going to practice a few more times just rewriting. All right, here's a little bit longer one. 7 times 7 times 10 times 10. Well, if I did this right and you do this right, you're going to move the parentheses around but not change the order. So why don't you try it? Hello, I'm back. All right, let's see. There we go. You could have also moved them over here or any of the other groupings as long as you didn't change the order. Okay? All right. Here's a quick little quiz for you. Whoa! Wrong slide. Here's a quick little quiz for you. Why don't you try rewriting these three expressions? Go ahead and pause it and do it. See if you can get this right. Go. Okie dokie. I'm back. This one here can only be rewritten one way. When there's only three numbers, you can only move the parentheses one other place. So there it is. Next one, 10 times 10 times 12. Just move the parentheses around the first two numbers to make it a little bit easier to work with. And the last one, 13 times 5 times 2. Move the parentheses. Numbers stay in the same order. Are you ready? All right, let's go to the ticket to the show. All right. The ticket to the show. Rewrite these two expressions for me and bring them. If you would like to try to evaluate them, that would be wonderful. I would really like that. Bring your ticket to the show tomorrow. All right, let's try finish off our just for fun piece here. I'm going to make sure you can see those problems, so I'll slide that up a little more. There you go. All right, just for fun. What fast food menu are these items from? Survey says Chick-fil-A. Why do I bring this up? They're building one in Apple Valley. I'm kind of a fast food junkie, so I'm going to go check it out. I had it down in Florida once. It's really pretty good. So there's a few of them in Minnesota, so it's Chick-fil-A. Or if you like to call it Chick-fil-A, you can do that. I've heard people pronounce it that way too, but it's Chick-fil-A. All right, see ya. Have a nice night.